Hello, beautiful people. You are welcome to another episode of MythorMightTuesday. And as you all know, here we embrace some challenges. We come up with a belief that so many of us have been struggling with, and we try as much as possible to replace it with a fresh truth. Today, I am your host, Hardeynike, and here with me we have a guest that will be both be unpacking this topic together today. And I believe he has a great ideas and a very good insight to sharing with us online today. And the topic we are diving in today is a very powerful one. I believe most of us might have been struggling with that. We have heard it, and it's really so many people are battling with it. And the topic says, "Your past mistakes defines your future. To you, is it a myth or a might?" And to unpack this topic, to know whether it is a myth or a might, I'll be inviting our guest for today so he can just unwrap it for us based on real life experiences and advice and reflections to every other person that will be watching us or be listening to this later after this program. So permit me to call on our guest now for him to introduce himself before we get in proper into the topic. Thank you so much, sir. You are welcome to MythorMight Tuesday.
Yeah, thank you. My name is George Oyebamiji.
Yes, sir.
Sincerely speaking, there is a disclaimer. I'm not a motivational speaker. I only share opinion. Because out there are people who face life challenges from different perspectives,
Yeah,
different from whatever we'll be talking about. So,
yeah,
however, we are open to feedbacks. We are open to other people's opinion. We are not here to criticize anybody,
yeah,
not here
sure.
to judge anybody. You
Yeah,
know, such people say, age is not a factor to determine knowledge.
yeah,
So people who are younger can know better than we do, and people who
yeah.
are older we can as well know better than. So that is why we are hoping to feedback in our comment section.
All right.
So,
Thank you so much.
but however, in the topic, I sat down and I look at it from different perspective.
Yeah.
Firstly, sincerely, it can go both ways depending on your own mindset,
Mhm.
depending on what you believe in, what you stand for. We are a product of struggles. We are product of struggles. We are product
Yeah.
of mistakes, and that is what made us. But however, firstly, I want us all to know that your mistake does not define you. Your mistake
Mm,
is just a fraction of your life.
mm,
There are some mistakes that don't even reflect in in your success story,
mm.
even in your failure in the future. Whatever
Yeah,
the
it's
outcome
true.
of your future is, there are some mistakes, no matter how much the weight they carry. So that will permit me on the might part of it. I want to talk categorically on three different things.
All right,
The
sir.
first one is talking about your growth mindset. So I just had
Mm,
some notes to jot down. So in case you see me looking at my laptop, because what we are here to do is not just to go there and no, we want to read books. We want to
yeah,
hear from good speaker, good learners, and as well we want to communicate the knowledge. So
yeah,
these are not just life story based, because my
yeah,
life story base can preach something different, can be confusing.
yeah,
Because
sure.
if I've grown up in Nigeria and I'm in the UK, I'm telling you what might and myth of mistakes are. It is
Mm,
very difficult for you to relate. I
yeah,
mean, people who are in the UK, they've never seen a mosquito before, or they've never seen probably a gutter before. So when you start telling them stories that relate to that, it's like we are just performing miracles. So, however, we just want
exactly.
to be on that page, on that platform, whereby everybody is carried along. We are all on the same page, so that
Yeah,
it's going to be a meaningful discussion. So,
yeah.
firstly, I want you to know that people learn from their mistakes, and that can help you to change.
Mm,
The future is shaped more by your response to your mistakes.
mm,
Sincerely speaking, this morning I was just speaking to my wife. I was telling her there is a brother of mine whose I saw the status on WhatsApp and he was carrying a lot of weight. It was like, oh, I don't give explanation and believe whatever you believe. Then I told him, sometimes in life your action might be speaking something different.
mm.
And I've
Yeah,
and I've requested that person go and watch Straw. Your life story can be different, but your actions is saying something different.
something else.
So
Mm,
when people fail to believe, then there is something that is wrong about you. And until you realize what is wrong about you and you are willing to make change. So that is why we are talking about growth mindset now. So your mistakes does not define you, and it does not make you feel less of yourself. It just depends on how you see it. So if you can train your mindset to understand this concept that your mistake is part of your life, it's part of your success story, then it's going to help you. Then I'm going to come to this particular drink. It's very common in Nigeria. It's called 7-Up. I don't know if it is true, but I heard that it was an experiment, and the experiment was carried out 7 different times before it was a success. And at the 7th time, that was when it popped up and they said it's 7-Up. So there is 6 failure behind that one 7-Up. So, however, if the inventor has given up at stage 1 or stage 2, we might not have that drink. It's one of the most selling drinks in my country. You want to use any drugs, alabukun, any
Yes, we
paracetamol,
use
they
7-Up.
request you to, because it's more effective. However, the story behind it.
Yeah.
So another thing I want you to know is that, see, your mistakes can be used as redemption for you and redemption. It can be used as redemption and reinvention for you. Now, many have overcome serious failure to build meaningful success in life. And let's look at it, for example. Let's look at Nigeria, where we come from, or probably let's look at the world. We have people who have been to school. You know, this course in a particular semester, and you come to realize you failed a particular course. You didn't fail that course because you are not good. You only failed that course because you missed out some important things that is going to be asked during the exam. So many people have received for these exams, and they've even scored A. They scored A. When I was in the uni, I have a friend and we have this particular engineering course. Is with the aging vectors, analysis, matrix, you know, and that guy had I think he had a F, and it was a very bad situation because he wanted a 2-1, he wanted to run after upper hand. So it was bad. Then I realized that when he was preparing for that exam again, then he prepared hard. You see him in the library, reading textbooks, even textbooks I've never seen in the library about that particular course. And sincerely speaking, he scored 92A received for the exam. So one of the things that particular event has done to me is a lot of people who even passed it either scored D or E or C in the first stake. They think, oh, we escaped through. But now it's shown them that it's better off. 92A is not a beans. So that is redemption for him. The same people who looked at him that he carried over that course now looked at him like he's an hero of that particular course. So that is one thing about life. It just depends on how you take that failure. And another thing I want you to know is that the other way around, it can as well go. If you fail, it might be a might for you. It might be the end for you. So many businesses today have collapsed. It's not because the strategy is not working. It's not because there is no money, but the mindset, the management mindset is delusioned. They failed to see the positivity in life about that business. But however, when those people are packing out of business now, we have people who are going into maggot farming to feed their hen, to feed their fish.
Yeah.
So, and those people are now excelling. It's two-way. Somebody is packing out of the same business. Somebody is doing something different. Your mindset has to do with what failure will address you to be.
Yes.
If it's going to address you as a successful person or as a failed person, that is one thing. Number two is for every journey in your life, for every journey you embark in your life, you need a kind of lesson. You need a kind of I can't say manual to guide you. Everything that you have an idea about, everything where you've been before. Let me just give you an illustration. There is a saying that if you walk through a path during the daytime and you fall, if you are walking through that path at night where there is no light, you might not fall. because now you are comfortable with that part.
With that part, yes, exactly.
But if you work with it at night, when you've never worked there during the daytime, you
During
will
the day.
stumble all over.
Yeah.
So that is where your failure experience come in.
Mm.
Another thing is narrative building. I
Mm.
was listening to a sermon this week. Pastor Gbile Akoni was making a reference. He said that there are some people that their life, the story of their life is a testimony.
Yes.
He said when they come out and they tell you, oh, 4 years, 5 years, this is my struggle. And they start telling you that failure part of their life, you will be shedding tears. And before they finish their sermon, you're saying hallelujah. He said that there's these other people that they don't even have a story that touch hearts to even make you believe that that thing can exist.
Yes.
He said, let's think of somebody who is born, let's say the daughter or the son of the president, and he wants to write a book about someone who is poor, who live in the slum. How can he write that such a book? You've never been there.
Yes.
You can't tell their story. But when you see
Okay.
someone who's come from the slum, they give you the details, the in total. Of recently, I saw a post of a guy. I don't know, maybe you know the guy. It's called Ola of Lagos, and I think he went to Makoko somewhere. It is a village that's on water in Nigeria.
Yes, I know him.
How you know? So he shoot a video there a day in Makoko. I tell you, Trump cannot tell us this kind of a story because they don't even know things like this exist. They will tell them how SARS has come, how EFCC, how the soldiers has come, how the police have come, how drugs, how everything have turned everywhere upside down. Because they grew up from this slum. They understand the nitty-gritty, the end part, and every means of it. But the other way around, someone who is staying in Abuja and Aso Rock don't understand this. So when they are to write a book, both of them is going to write a book titled The Life of a Poor Man. One is going to be loaded than the other. One is going to touch life. One is going to shed more light than the other. Irrespective of how good you are in the internet, there are stories you can't see on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
But however, what we are trying to say is we are trying to talk about your life failure. So sometimes, okay, let's look at it from this perspective. There is a very prominent man in Nigeria. It's called MKO Abiola. Someone is called Olusegun Obasanjo. And they tell you, my mother used to go in the bush to fetch firewood before I can go to school. And now I got married to a lady who is Kudirat or whatever Abiola and was able to help me because it's come from a very good family who's helped my life. And at the end of the day, you will come to realize that everything they've been to, when they can't go to school, when they can't admit them to a good school, when they think every odd is against them, they will be able to capture it.
Capture it, yes.
Or you can't compare to somebody who's never failed, who's been going from Corona to Redemption University to Harvard University. You can't.
It's not possible.
Because every odd is working for them.
Mm-hmm.
So, but in a nutshell, to me, it all centers on your mindset. Let me take myself as an example. I could remember going into the university world. Nobody in my generation has been there in my father's side. And I had an auntie who works there and she works as a librarian. We used to have a lot of discussion. He said, you can't afford to fail and you don't need to be he started advising me. Then it got to a time in my life, I felt like I'm going to have a first class.
Yeah. That's
So I'm going to cause problem for the next generation coming. So, but it got to a time, things was not working the same way I want it to. I have people who are there who can testify. I will write some course, I will get C, and I'm looking for A. So when I got to my 200 level, I tell you my CGPA was 2.3. I ended up having a second class upper, strong one. Let me tell you what had happened. So I just sat down and I looked at my life. What did I actually want? So initially, before then, I used to play ball. I used to play PlayStation with my friends in those there. Then the first thing I did was I attended Lautech. I moved away from the school environment on that G. I moved to town because I used to be an indigent. So now when I wake up in the morning, 5 o'clock, I'm already in the school under the tree reading. The library is going to open 8 o'clock. Then I will go in the library. My lecture is 10. Then when I close from school, 4 o'clock, I have schools around my house. I will go and read. I will close 7, 8. Then when it is 12, midnight 1, I will wake up again. Then I tell you, I started having A, B, A. Then mathematics is not a course you will do and you say you are building CGPA.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it got to a semester I was having 4.5 every semester because I need to see that I'm doing 8 courses. I need to have 7 A's. So at the same way, I have friends that they left 200 level with 3.5 and they ended up with third class. So it's just all about your mindset.
Yes.
So, but however, what I'm trying to say is if you can train your mindset on what direction you are going in life will determine if your failure is going to be a might or a myth for you. So ask yourself, where are you going to in life? Whatever you are doing it because somebody has requested you to, or because you want to do it to achieve purpose, to fulfill purpose, to create impact, to touch lives? If you are setting up a business today, ask yourself, what do you want to achieve? Are you just all after the profit or the number of people who you're going to employ, you're going to change their life for good? Something needs to keep you going. So there is nothing like odds against you. I want to be sincere with you. So many people be like, oh, I'm an orphan, my mom, my dad. Have you been online? We have more than 700 scholarships every year rolled out in Europe for African students. Let me tell you, I have friends, and they're going to tell me why I want to travel. I said, see, I have countries where they don't charge tuition fee, somewhere like Iceland, somewhere like Austria. All you just need to do is legalize your documents. All you need to do is write height. All you need to do is write Duolingo. They will never get back to you again. It's a mindset. I have people who will go extra mile to work, gather money, write exam. When they pass, they don't even know if they're going to be able to afford acceptance fee. But when they are writing the exam, they are writing it like, so there is no story. No matter what you've been through, no matter what you tag failure today, that other people has not experienced. Either maritally, either religiously, either in your society. Just think of it.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just all about after the fall, what was your stand? I was listening to a Yoruba music recently, and he said that we've been through this part. The young ones fell, they look forward. The older ones fell, they look backward. He said, why don't us come together and fix this road so that nobody will fall again? It's a mindset. So are you willing to do what will help your path, your journey in the nearest future smooth? It is a sacrifice. You know what it takes to fix a road? You're going to hold hammer, you're going to hold jigger, you're going to have shovel. People is going to look at you like you're crazy, you're digging gutters. Let me tell you my personal life story. When I was in the university, I was on a scholarship. There was no support from any family. So the next thing I did was I had to go become a laborer for bricklayer. And the crazy part of it was they were going to be fixing a lecture theater in my campus, and my own boss was the one that got the contract. So close to my department, I was carrying the hairpan. And I was never going to go to school because I don't go to school Monday to Wednesday. I only go to school on Thursdays and Friday. And I'm going to collect people's notes, photocopies in the library because I need to work. And yet, you still come out in flying colors. It got to a time I met one of my professor in the department, Professor Miss She should. I don't know now, she's late now. Akinpelu, Department of Mathematics in Nigeria, Lautech, Ogbomoso. And she called me. There was a semester, and she told me, "Oh, last semester you had about 85 in my course. I've not been seeing you in class. What happened?" I said, "Mommy, this is the problem. I used to be on a scholarship. The person is late." And she gave me my tuition fee.
Wow.
She gave me, Professor Miss
Mm.
Akinpelu gave me my tuition fee.
Mm.
So what I'm trying to say is, firstly, is what do you want to achieve? Because
To
whatever
achieve
you want to achieve will reflect on you.
on you. Sure.
So that reflection, people can easily see it.
Mm-hmm.
It will help you. That mindset that you think you put on, that you are wearing,
Mm.
that you are not going to give up. It's not only you that can perceive it. Other people can do.
Mm.
That is what is going to help you navigate open roads. It will create opportunity.
Opportunities.
The other way around, that attitude that, oh, I'm tired, I can't keep doing this, people can as well see it.
See it.
And when they are meant to come in for you, they said he's an unserious person.
Mm.
That is why it's all about, once you just decide, okay, I'm not going to do it again, it's never going to work. It's a gap. Once you let that gap set in, there's going to be a problem.
Mm.
Let's look at it from this perspective. You've graduated from your high school, you finished WAEC, and you are meant to go to the university, and you've wrote JAMB twice, and it wasn't really working. I said, no, I'm not more going. And you are in the age of 23, 24. Maybe after 27, 28, you're coming back to the university, you graduated, fine, you are going to go. There's no time. But how many employer of labor is ready to employ you at the age of 37? With the same position, we have young graduates of 23, 24 years coming out of school
Mm-hmm.
with
Yes.
vibrant knowledge. So whatever gap you create, giving up, we create an impact
Mm.
on your level of success, even when you decide to take it up back upon yourself to strike hard.
Mm.
So all I'm just trying to say this morning is, your past failure has nothing to do with your future
To do.
or your
Mm.
present.
Yeah.
It is a phase in your life. It is a
Mm.
chapter. Our life is like reading a book. You flip it.
Mm.
Don't go back to it. The only time you go back to it is when the next page is referencing back to a day and you need to
It's
connect
good.
the dots.
Mm.
One of the things that made people see failure as part of their life, as a crippling part of their life, is because they decide to use it as a benchmark to find alternative way out.
Mm. Mm.
So some people will be like, oh, there was nobody there motivating me. You don't need anybody to motivate you. The only thing is you need to be positive about life.
Online. Mm.
You need to be positive about life. Let's look
Mm.
at it. I just want to draw this last instance, then I'm going to
Yes,
round up.
sir. Yeah.
Let's look at the son who's come from a family whose father is a drunkard and he falls in gutter every day. And he goes to school and said, your dad
Yeah.
is, you know, those kind of tag and those kind of
Yeah.
attributes.
Yes.
And
Yes.
here you have another guy whose father used to come drop him every morning with Range Rover. Is life fair on them?
Mm. Not at all.
Well, we've seen people who've come from that kind of a life story,
Life
and today
story.
they are great. So what I'm just talking about, odd working against you. So
Mm.
don't have that mindset that the odds are on your side. You need to understand that, okay, I want to do this. I want to get married. I want to go to university. I want to build a house. There's nothing you think of.
Mm.
Unforeseen situations, everything is against you. But your own ability to stay steady with your own mindset,
Mindset.
build it. Funny part is that if you are not careful, friends and family are part of the odds against you.
Yeah.
Your friends, your family are part of the odds against you. They'll be
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, why don't you try something different? Oh, don't you think you are wasting money? Don't you think you are wasting energy? And to round it all up, my life story, I got a job. I was working TG Hala. in Nigeria, Bejuleke, and my salary is less than 100,000. And every day when I get to my office, after I send my daily report around 12 o'clock, we're on break. I go into my browser, how to travel to Canada, how to travel to UK, how to do this. And I have friends, they will come, they will laugh.
Hmm.
Yeah, because
They'll
the
be like, you
reality,
guys
the
you don't even
reality,
have money to proceed with the journey.
I'm telling this is my life story.
Yes, yes, I get it.
I can mention a few of them. They are still there. And to the glory of God, here I am today.
Hmm.
I know channels I follow, scholarship. There was a time, there is a scholarship in Sweden, Swedish Institute scholarship. I applied. I got unfortunate. Even in the UK today, I'm still getting unfortunate.
Sure. Unfortunately,
So
cannot
what
finish
are
in
you
this
trying
way.
to tell me?
Yes, that's true.
When I graduated from Lautech, I have friends who had 2-1, I had 2-1, and I told them, let's go to Lagos and look for work. And they said, no, today they are dry cleaners there.
Hmm.
So sometimes you don't even need to fail for your mindset to give you a setback.
Yeah.
So what I'm just trying to say is either positive, either negative. It has to do with your own mindset.
Mindset.
And what can influence your mindset is what you want to achieve.
Hmm.
So when I was in the boarding house in the secondary school, we used to say this. We say that what you see is what you believe. What you believe is what you behave. What you behave is what you become.
Hmm.
So if everything you are saying about life is positive, there is tendency that failure will have a positive impact in you.
Right. Hmm.
But if you look at your surroundings, you see people who are also from the slum, who never had this opportunity, but they are there to the top today. You start seeing the positive part of life. You see people going against odds, then it will help you to behave like them too.
Hmm.
So what I'm
Yeah.
just trying to say is that your past mistakes does not define
Does
you.
not define you.
You are not the only person who's been there. Every odds are against you.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends on how you take those opportunities
Hmm.
to build the future.
Hmm.
So I'm happy to tell every one of us today that there is nothing you are passing through. There is no situation surrounding you that people of greater mindset today,
Hmm.
president of nation has not been through.
Before. Yeah.
So if you want to understand better, you need to take people who are successful today, the world riches, everything. Look at them. Some of them are either drop out from high school, from college, but they never give up.
Hmm.
There is a fire. Your religious life, your marital home, whatever you think of, you will fail. That failure will become a manual to your path of success. It
Process.
will be
Yeah.
what will guide you. And that is why I said, and I will stop on this. If you walk through a path during the daytime and you stumble, when you walk at night, you will not stumble because you have experience, because you have a clear path of navigation. You understand the route better.
Hmm.
That is what success is expected of you. One of the things this part will bring is people will talk down on you, they will shame you, but your ability to navigate it, it is the real success. And I will stop here.
Much. Thank you so much. In fact, you really shed light to this topic, and it's very, very interesting. And I believe those people that will be listening to this and will be watching this later, they will surely gain one or two things in everything you have said. And saying how you use yourself as an example, telling us your real life stories and all that. We really appreciate that. But because I already have some questions, actually you have mentioned some of them while you were talking, but nevertheless, I'll still have to ask one or two questions so that people will be able to get more insights of this topic. Yes, sir. Can you please tell us? Yes, it's true that you have tried to tell us a few of your real life story, but I'll just say this one, ask you this one question, like, looking back, okay, looking back, do you think that mistake was necessary for your growth?
It's not about looking back.
Okay.
We are end product of mistakes. We
Hmm.
are end product of failure.
Hmm.
Because sincerely speaking, we don't just have that luxury of time. But I can look at the last 3 years and still tell you mistakes I've made that have actually leveraged me to what I'm achieved today.
Hmm.
There are times I look back, I feel like, no, I shouldn't have done this. But when I realize the consequence of doing it and where I am today,
Hmm.
then I appreciate God. You
Hmm.
understand? So
Yeah.
mistakes are some of the things that created this platform we are on.
Hmm.
Let me tell you,
Hmm.
one of my greatest mistakes was not becoming a lecturer because that was the only lucrative business in my hometown. I'm from Ogbomoso, so I that was one of the reasons I was striving to have a first class or to have a very good grade so that the department can stay back. I'm a PDP member. Akala was there. He's from my hometown, and we're trying to run after these people so that I can get all these political nominations. Because outside Lautech in my hometown, there is nothing. When the school is on holiday, the city is county. The only job you get for the youth is Okada. They ride Okada to carry the students. So outside that, nothing is working. Now, it's been almost 20 years I left, so I wouldn't speak for present age. We have a new king, we have so many, a lot of good things.
Yeah.
I can't really say. I'm just talking about 20 years ago.
20 years
So,
ago.
but what I'm just trying to say is, so I went for my NYSC, and during my NYSC, I picked up a job. And when I was on that job, because I wasn't really paying good and I want to become a professor, I want to become a so there was a time in my life I was feeling down.
Hmm.
But that mistake I made was a turnaround for my life. I met some expatriates that saw the possibility and potential in me, and they created that opportunity. Now, what I am earning, I don't think a professor, or if there is no any backdoor, can earn it in a month. I'm not exaggerating. I know what I am saying.
Hmm. Yes, I understand.
So, if probably I had not made that mistake, if probably I didn't end up there, probably today I know what minimum wage is in Nigeria, and maybe we're from a Christian family, don't want to do this. I can draw a shape what we look like being a lecturer in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was there on Facebook recently. I saw somebody, I think it was defending his PhD, and I look at the clothes he's wearing, I look at the suit, and I felt sorry for him.
Hmm.
Yeah, I am not. He is a very senior colleague in my department, in my school, but he went to another universities for his PhD. Then I saw, they were coming together, some of those lecturers, how they are dressed. Due coupled with the exposure I have, how other lecturers dress in other part of the world. So I can size up where I would have been. I'm not speaking for anybody, it's my own opinion, what I've been through. You understand? So
Yes, sir.
it is a mistake that I've made that because it got to a time the job wasn't really I don't see it like the best thing. Because
Hmm.
yes, I have an auntie I told you who works as a librarian. Till today,
Yeah.
she gets angry that I'm picking up that job. Yeah, because when I was in my 400, 500 level, I was really making waves in my department. There was sometimes I'm going to sit down for some course, I'm going to have like 90A, 85A, and sometimes some lecturers is going to have to be like, oh, this, that, and she's taking pride in the whole of, all those kind of my aunties now, they want to show you
Yeah.
around.
You
So
want to
all,
show them.
all she was expecting was I was coming back for lecturing either in Ibadan or anywhere, whatever, whatever. So it got to a time she started calling my father. Oh, ẹ kàn fẹ́ dárìn àjọ ọmọ yìí rú ni, kíní kan. But however, to be honest with you, I was buying her idea. I was
Hmm.
feeling like this is a mistake. Sometimes because labor law is not working in Nigeria, you're going to
Hmm.
join a company at the end of the month. Somebody who is called an expatriate that can't even press a laptop will be the boss of your department and he will tell you trash. And sometimes it should happen. You get home, you can't sleep, you are crying. And I used to feel like probably if I'm a lecturer, I would have been a local champion. You know, when you go to class with your shirt ironed and you teach mathematics, you have about 1,500 students looking at you. Yes, because I have young lecturers then who taught me, and I used to envy them. I used to have, I don't know if it's going to be a professor now, FEMSA is there or Derino is there. These are people I look at and I be like, whoa, they speak, they are just an island of knowledge. They are still there in the Department of Mathematics in Lautech today. So these are people I used to want to look up to, that, oh, I want to be like. So when I felt like I am not navigating through that part, but now whatever I have called mistake, whatever I've regret taking as a step, is paving way for me today. I'm telling you the truth. I could remember I wanted to do my master's in Canada, in Nova Scotia, and I needed a reference to one of my lecturer in school. And I kept calling him, people kept going to his department, and he never referenced me. And I felt like if I was to be in academics, these are the things I would change. FEMSA will come to class, it will start all over, it will teach you like it's teaching in primary school. And we have lecturers, when they come to class, they said, go to 10 line. So I saw the young lecturer who are making waves, who are making lecturing become so simple. So I have seen a gap that I want to occupy, something I want to fulfill for the future. I want to create a different view about lecturing. So right from time I know I have this teaching skill. So many times I felt like I am not fulfilling. So these are my mistakes. But however, today, making those mistakes have made me a better person. Let's just put it that way.
And that's a great achievement. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
In fact, I really enjoyed the way you answered that question. Now, to the last question, because of our time. This one is based on advice and reflection. Do you believe people can truly change, or do they just learn to live with their past?
Well, that is a complicated question. It works both sides.
Okay.
There are people that they can't change. And there are people that their mistakes has made them to become a different person. That is the truth I will tell you. And if you want us to say, we can look at it from let's look at it from this perspective. We have people out there who's made mistakes, and they've come to conclusion that this is a mistake. But because of the shame, because of the damages they've probably perpetrated during the course of making that mistakes, they don't want to go back and retract those steps. So they remain adamant, and they will never end the reward of correcting their path and coming back in line. And here we have people that they've made mistakes, they've cried, they've been redeemed, they've been reintervention has come in, and they are making waves. So one thing I said earlier on, don't forget, whatever failure you are experiencing today, there are people that have already mapped out a way out for you. But don't forget, this way out might bring shames, talk down, different. So your ability to withstand these things and re-navigate your path. So not everybody have the courage to do it. So in a nutshell, what I'm trying to say is people have failed, and they've used the end product of that failure as an opportunity to become a better person. And there are people that they remain there, even coming to realize that they are making a mistake, they have failed, they still stick to it. So those people, we tag them like they can't change. Let's look, for example, I will mention politicians in my country. Do you think they can change? Do you think they don't know what they are doing is wrong? But they can't change. They don't only can't change because of their personal selves, because the systems they find themselves, the people around them will not give them the opportunity to become a changed person. Somebody, I was there. I was watching it. There is a guy called Very Dark Man. He was adopted by the EFCC, and people are protesting. They said, "Give us Very Dark Man. Take Yaya Bello."
Yes.
And I am a Yoruba boy. 40, 50 years ago, do you know what it means for you to be called a thief, a typical Yoruba boy, to be tagged Ole? When you walk, SM Mama Wole.
Then.
But because of the system, the society, because of the system around them, today they don't see it like, if you understand what's, I don't know, but don't let's go there.
I get it.
Tomorrow, I tell you, my sister, if tomorrow they vote Yaya Bello back to office to be governor of Kogi, it will do worse.
Yeah, sure. Because they are not ready to change.
And recently, we've seen people who resigned from cabinet, either in the UK, in the US, in Nigeria. Yes, I have people. I have someone like they've resigned because they felt like probably whatever is going on wasn't really what they signed up for. So they've seen they failed being on this truck. They've highlighted they want to take a different course. So they've learned from their mistakes and they change person. So it goes both ways. And two things: mindset and people around them.
People around them.
So that is it. So if you fail and you have good parents, you have good church, people who can be there for you, you have good community, it is possible for your failure to be a stepping stone.
Yes.
So you need to watch out for the people around you. They have a lot of stake on how successful you become in life. So that is it. So if you ask anybody who's learned for their failure and they've changed for good today, they will tell you people who are motivating them. They will tell you people who are encouraging them. So people don't just change. You come to the UK, you see different programs like the mental health, whatever. They want to be there for you. They want to help you navigate your situation. They want to help you by advice, financial support, so that whatever you've been through, you're passing through, would not be the end for you.
Yes.
So the first thing is they need to watch out for their environment. So I believe that people change, and the other way around, I believe that people don't.
Don't change. So good, sir. Thank you very much. First, I really appreciate it. Actually, this session is supposed to last for 30 minutes, but because how interesting it has been since morning, we almost going to an hour now. And today we will be stopping here. Thank you so much for sharing from your hearts and reminding us that growth doesn't stop because you made a mistake. It only depends on your mindset, and when you make the mistake, the next step you want to make, what you really want to do. And sometimes when you are doing something, that the mindset you have doing that thing, not about the profit you want to gain about it sometimes, but what really is driving you, that is making you to do that thing, really, really matters. Thank you so much. Yes, sir.
Because there is no finish line for success.
Yes, exactly. You just have to keep
for
going.
as much you've done, you still want to do better.
Yes, exactly.
And for as much you want to do, you keep making mistakes. So
Yes, that's it. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. So if you're watching this right now and you feel this topic really challenges you, please don't forget to share and to comment as well. We have so many questions under this topic, and a lot of things has been shared with us. Please try as much as possible to drop your own opinion on this topic. Your past mistake defines your future. To you, is it a myth or a might? What is your take about what our guest today has already said to us? Thank you so much for watching. See you all next week, Tuesday. And if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, Hardeynike Inspires on Spotify, on YouTube, on Facebook, and also on TikTok. Please try as much as possible to subscribe so you don't miss any of our program. Thank you so much once again, Mr. George Oyebamiji. We are very happy to have you here today. And we believe when next to call you, you will surely honor the invite.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you. Bye. See you later.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir.